let me dust this off a little bit. Your favorite Compas are back after a little bit of a hiatus. Obviously, Gilbert and Vic were here 2 weeks ago for the Ryan Garcia Barrios fight. But this is back to the NFL programming. A lot of stuff coming out. Gilberto was at the Combine. We got to look at free agency. A lot of stories and news are coming out, obviously, in the last few hours. My one takeaway, Gilbert, real quick. I'm so glad we can be done with the Sonic and Knuckles bullshit. I was tired of it. Like that was two of the lamest nicknames out there. I always have to hear about it. Now it's over. But Gilbert, we are back. The four of us are back. Two of us right now. The other two will jump on in a little bit. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and per usual, let me know. This is, the start of season 6 on Compas on the Beat. I can't believe it's been season 6. Shout out to you, Manny00. You might know better, Fernando. Yeah. But yeah, let me know if my Wi-Fi sucks. So I have to ask you to start off the show here because I feel like it always is terrible from my household. And I'm with you. We need to do better with nicknames. Sonic and Knuckles. When I saw the goodbye post from Jameer Gibbs, even that annoyed me. So we need better names to start off the 2026 offseason. Yeah, it is. I forget what year it is.
Does it bug you when all these like goodbye letters and like it seems like everybody now is writing them? Like I saw.
Kyler Murray had one.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I get it. Like that was your place for a while, but like, why are we all of a sudden like? I don't know. I just think it's a little ridiculous. I don't know what you think.
Well, the Kyler Murray one is interesting because he kind of had a couple of shots in the love letter saying, I'm sorry that I failed this crappy team that hasn't won crap in 70 years, but I tried my best. See you later. So when you have like a couple of subtle shots like that, I do appreciate the letter. And I was talking to one of my editors at SI, and he's like, I think he was saying he caught a couple things there. Like, okay, well, at least we know that ChatGPT didn't write it. So if it comes from the heart, I'll take it.
I'm okay with that. Like the shots and stuff. Like, give me the shots all day. Like, I like that kind of. I mean, you know me. I'm a wrestling guy, so to me, I'm good with that. But yeah. So basically, what Kyler said to everyone that supported me and showed me kindness, to my family and I during my time in Arizona, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I wanted nothing more than to be the one to end the 77-year drought for this organization. I am sorry I failed us. I wish this community and my brothers nothing but the best. I am no stranger to adversity. I'm prepared for what's next. I trust in God and my work ethic. I truly believe my best ball's in front of me, and I look forward to providing it. Godspeed, and can't wait for Call of Duty. My bad. Sorry.
I was going to say, did he have that last part? That would have been hilarious.
No. You know what he has at the end, Gilbert? He has like a Karate Kid, like a gi. Like, the karate people use? He has a gi on it.
Nice. Well, he is half Korean. What?
Oh, yeah, because he's half Korean.
Does it matter? I don't know. I forget. But
Max Crosby sent out a tweet also, and he had an eagle on it. So everybody is trying to piece that together.
Like condor, isn't that his name? Like he's a condor.
Yeah, but people were trying to say it was an eagle.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the time of year. You got to look at emojis and you got to look at bios and who you're following. Like that's the time of year. If you're not following a certain team, that means you're gone. And you're following a certain team, that means you're going to go to that team.
Exactly. I mean, I'm all for it. Especially because we're in weird times. Because I mean, players obviously know that they can do a lot with one push of a button. Like they all know one push of a button and everybody's going to go crazy. I mean, I remember when I first started noticing this, when LeBron used to do his 0 dark 30 crap, where in the playoffs he would like get off of social media. Everybody would always be like, "Oh my God, like no social media. What's going on? This, that." And I mean, guys have always tweeted stuff out. I don't know if you saw, somebody had tweeted out, David Montgomery wants out. He wants a new team. Then David tweets out, "No, David did not say this." And the following day he gets traded. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Somebody in David's camp said it. Maybe not him.
100%. 28 years old, only counting for $6 million in cap, and he still has a go. I mean, that's a lot of that stuff worked in their favor. I think I heard from it was Pelissero. He was on with Rich Eisen. He said that means that Joe Mixon is probably on his way out
Yeah.
from Houston. But how was the combine? I mean, from the take away the footballs, like just the atmosphere, being back in Indy.
Yeah, I forget that it was my yeah, Fernando is back. I don't know from where, but shout out to Angel and yeah, Angel actually jumped on our random House of Horns combine show that we did, which I don't get why Victor wanted me to do that when the Rams don't even go to the combine, but we did one, and Angel was there asking about you and saying, when are the compas going to get back together? So we're here. Thank you for being here, Angel. And yeah, I feel like the combine, it's starting to die down a little bit, and we've seen the little signs there, like when the Rams don't go, and then people are following the pattern of teams not going. And I got to tell you, Fernando, when I saw the schedule for coaches and GMs, they essentially had them all done on Tuesday. Before it was like you got to get
Yeah,
Tuesday and Wednesday because there's so many people speaking. Now everybody's well, a lot of people are pulling out. Jim Harbaugh didn't speak, correct? I didn't see him out there. I don't know what Brian
Jim Harbaugh
Schottenheimer was
never
doing,
spoke.
but he had his on Thursday. He came out of nowhere like, hey, you know what? I showed up. I decided to have a change of heart. Can we talk on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern? So he did that. But for like put it this way: if Mike McDonald's going to speak after winning the damn Super Bowl and Mike Brable being in the Super Bowl, everybody should speak. But yeah, it's kind of losing a little bit of his luster. I do like Indy. Aaron Glenn, Fernando, this is why you're always on point here. You're always on the beat. Aaron Glenn was falling asleep, and yeah, I don't know. I don't care for the workouts. I know people do. I care more about the interactions and talking to people and the intel. I think that's one of the reason why. And you're kind of getting me going here, Fernando. Intel is a big part of it too, but now you're even losing that because you know what's the funny thing I've noticed, Fernando? All the spots where the GMs and the coaches used to gather in that little
It's no more.
square circle, they're moving. They're tired of all the media kind of being there and watching and listening and kind of being the annoying reporters. And I don't know what we did. I know there's a couple knuckleheads that probably ruined it. But they're finding new spots, and even to them, they're getting annoyed with all the exposure. So I don't know, man. I give the combine 4 to 5 years at this rate, Fernando.
Ah, that means I need to go next year.
Yeah, like if they move it, I don't know if that's gonna help, but I think Indy's still a great location. They have enough hotel bars for people to go and mingle, but I think they're losing that aspect of like I don't know. I just feel like people are just isolating themselves, like players with players, and
Yeah.
GMs and scouts together, media with media. Like all that people I really saw was the media, and I'm like, hey, it was great to see people that I haven't seen in a long time. That's awesome, but yeah, the rubbing elbows didn't really happen this year.
Did you and Adam end up going to that breakfast place that that what's his name was trying to screw you guys out of? What's his name?
Yeah, Peter Schrager. The second
Peter
that I
Schrager.
saw that place posted on social media, I knew it was the end of the spots. You know, they gave him permission. They're like, "Hey, man, that place is burned out. You want to just mention it
Yeah.
and give them a shout out." And they have good food. I went a couple years ago. I think that I heard about it 2 years ago, which I liked because you get to hang around the GMs and the coaches in the morning instead of like into the wee hours of the morning, which is like what 3 to 4 in the morning. I can't hang. I could do maybe one night being out that late, but to get breakfast and get some good food at that place was
That means you're
awesome, man. I
going
did it
out
for
now.
1 year. And like you'll get breakfast at that one place, you see some people, you shake some hands, and then you start making the walk to the convention center, and you see more people. It was perfect. And this year, it went away. I don't
Was
know.
there a
Maybe people,
Starbucks incident?
even that, maybe that was the reason why people were just trying to hide from each other because there was a whole feud. But I did not see one, but there was a lot of jokes, man, about the Starbucks incident. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I heard that. All right. Well, let's get the guys in here and let's see how everybody is doing. It's been a while, so obviously let's get the 4 box in there and let us get Vic in here. Vic, how are you doing?
I guess better than Gilbert in the NFL Combine from kind of listening to you guys. That's
Hey,
hilarious.
I had fun. If people don't want to talk, that's okay with me too. I'm the most isolated person in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get into the conversation with you guys because it's been a trip just seeing like the takeaways coming out of the combine. I can't
Oh
wait
yeah.
to kind of get into it.
All right. This next individual heard that Gilbert was next to his good friend. He was nervous for him. He said, "How is Eric doing? Eric has been on a month-long high. How is he doing?
Yeah.
Is he okay?" That individual actually texted me today. He said, "Hey, how you doing? Been a while. Let's get some pizza. I miss you and your brother. Let's get together." I said,
Wow.
"Eric, let's do it." So this individual is one of one. He's been waiting to come back here. He has been waiting to talk to Gilberto. He has been waiting to talk to Vic. He has waited to talk to everybody. That individual is Dan and Dago.
How are we doing? How are we doing? Everybody hear me? Everything sounds good?
Do you miss Eric?
I do. I'm the Eric D. Williams insider. I always get the news to my ear of what's going on. Oh, more alcohol.
Oh.
He's excited. He's excited.
Oh, okay.
He's excited. He's partying. He's at some Chinese restaurant in Tijuana. So, I mean, we'll see.
So Eric's mom
Wow.
obviously is a huge Seahawks fan. So he goes, "Oh yeah," she calls me. She goes, "My Hawks," and I'm like, "Whoa, chill out! Like that's a lot. That's a lot of energy right there." So I just started laughing.
I wonder what
so.
Mama Williams thought about that one episode where he jumped on House of Horns and the comments were just flooded with people crapping on her son for being a Seahawks hater. She must have been so disappointed that day.
I get disappointed in the same way whenever he talks about my team. So
I
need all the positive vibes.
Speaking of those two teams, obviously the Rams. Well, I mean, I'm sure Gilbert didn't get anything out there, but Gilbert, did you go to Joe Ortiz's presser?
I did actually. I think that was the first one of the day, Tuesday. Yeah. I was right there, front and center. No, just kidding. There was a couple nuggets there, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I lasted 5 minutes there, and then I moved around to some of the better stories because there's some juicier ones. Yeah, let me know my Wi-Fi sucks because I think I see it being terrible right now. But yeah, the whole Keenan Allen thing, the not franchise tagging anybody, where you find the lineman. And the funny part about some of these combine interviews, like you always get like the local media that talks to them after or before, and I'm like, you're essentially asking the same damn questions, and like, what are they gonna do differently here? How, like, I don't know. I just think it's like a game here of making a GM talk, but they're not gonna say anything. I get it, more access, more opportunities, but it's just the same thing over and over again. So to me, some of these GM interviews were kind of a snoozer.
Well, and the thing is too is that like I know Chris tried to get him to talk about Mekhi Becton, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that. But that's the only area where he did get a little annoyed, and I'm like, okay, that means Mekhi might be. By the way,
he should
Charger fans, I will. If Mekhi Becton is cut, I have a Mekhi Becton story for you guys. It'll fire you guys up.
Only if he gets cut.
Yeah, no, I ain't.
Why does he have to get cut?
Only if he gets cut. I
Nice
don't need
little
to risk.
tease.
I don't need.
What if he's wet?
No.
Yeah, what is
no,
going
you
to
know
tell
what?
you back on a
I
cheaper deal?
can almost guarantee that cut's happening. He's too big to play in McDaniel's system like at all. So, and he's too slow. So I don't see that happening. So
I was going to tell you, by the way, you should watch. If you haven't seen Drive to Survive, you should see those press conferences. They actually get after it, and they actually talk trash to the other
the problem is
team
European
principals.
European media, like there's no rules. Like they made a story up that like Cristiano was like Ronaldo was sleeping with like transgender men, and like Cristiano's like, where is this coming? Like, and they like there's nothing that they can do about it. Like they get after them over any little freaking thing. They get after them about. Like that's why one time Cristiano was walking, some guy stuck his microphone out. Cristiano grabs it and he threw it in a pond.
Yeah,
because the guy had written some bullshit story about him.
But the funny part in the F1 ones though is like they'll lob grenades of like, hey, this other team principal said this about you. What are your thoughts? They're sitting right next to each other, so they'll start talking about the other person like they're not there. I'm like, could you imagine if like the NFL really wanted to boost ratings and all this other stuff? Like if they just turned press conferences into like promos, like. That's why I get excited whenever I saw the clips of Ben Johnson being like, I just hate the Green Bay Packers. I'm like, finally, some testosterone back into the sport. Like, Where are the blood rivalries? My God.
He didn't look that great.
I was gonna say he looked like that
terrible.
first year took a toll on him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
did you see the meme circling of Brandon Staley also?
But it's funny because that went viral the next day. The second he hit the podium and the light hit him, I'm like, whoa, who the hell is that guy? Yamahama. So like, he looked terrible.
I'm sure he's even more stressed out now because his center just retired today at 28 years old.
Maybe he heard that day the whispers. He's like, oh,
yeah. Gilbert, what have you kind of heard about or your thoughts on what the Chargers are going to be doing as soon as free agency hits? Is there anything we'll just go there real quick and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
I mean, basically offensive lineman, you can basically guess.
Look, I know that, when Jim Harbaugh, went after Mike McDaniel and got him, we were all caught off guard. Like, oh, look at that. He's doing that, something from Justin Herbert. But I just don't see Joe Ortiz and Jim Harbaugh operating aggressively when it comes to free agency. Like, you already got burned by Mekhi back then. And one of the things about linemen, and Dan, you could probably, add to this, is like linemen are so hard. Like, good ones are hard to find. But even like the ones like the ones that are just like even decent, are gonna break the bank. Like Mekhi back then had one decent season, and the Chargers, said, we need help. We're gonna overpay here. So, do you think about that and say, you know what, it's better to just develop your guys? And the Chargers are just in a tricky spot because you draft the guys and then they get freaking hurt, like Joe Alton, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
You draft a guy like Zion Johnson who doesn't, find his footing, but he's about to get paid on the open market. It's like, what the hell can you do here if you're the Chargers? So, honestly, to me, it's like have some patience, some restraint. Because there's a lot of over-the-hill guys. Like, I'll give you an example. Cam Robinson has been on 4 different teams since 2024, but he's made so much money on all those teams. The Texans needed help. The Vikings needed help. The Jaguars are smart to let him go, and he's currently with the Browns. The Browns traded for him. Like, you just need a left tackle who's just decent. I shouldn't even say good enough. Like, just kind of like not allow 5 sacks per game, and you'll get paid $14 million. So I know everybody wants an offensive lineman for the Chargers, and I'll pivot this way to the big ticket. I was going to go right there, Fernando. I don't think they should chase Tyler Linderbaum. It's going to be a freaking bidding war. Like, let the Raiders go pay for him because they do have the same amount of cap space, but they need him more. They have a young quarterback coming in, and Fernando Mendoza. Let's not beat around the bush and not say he's going to go there. He's going to go there. With Justin Herbert, you want to use that money a little more to other positions because you are on a quarterback superstar money deal. So if you put all your money on Linderbaum, that's all the money. And the center, to me, is just not flat out worth it. If it's a tackle, go ahead and do it. But to me, maybe go find one in the second round and develop them. There's a guy with the Panthers, but I know the Chargers already did that with what's his name that retired? I forgot.
Oh, Corey
Bozeman.
Yeah, he came from the Panthers too, but Katie Mays from the Panthers, another option there. I will rather go for the third tier who could have starting potential and then draft one to compete. But to me, it's a lot of buyer beware. I just did a story for SI that's coming out tomorrow, listing all the free agency misses, and there's a whole lot of misses out there.
Well, especially because everybody's gonna play offensive linemen, but there's a good second tier of offensive of centers. Yeah. I also don't believe that they're gonna try and throw all that money at Linderbaum. I agree with you. I don't think they're gonna do that. Mike McDaniel, what he was good at and his scheme allows is if the guys are athletic and they can move, he can do a really good job with his offensive line. You already have the 2 tackles, so I think the 3 interior offensive linemen are going to be new. I also don't think they're going to get in a bidding war for Zion Johnson. I think if they're going to make a bidding war, it would be for Odafe Oweh, and I'm not even talking about that much. Like, I think their ceiling for him is about 20 a year, if not like right around that. And I think bringing back Khalil is where they want. But I personally agree with you. I think they're going to go spend in other places. I think they need help in the secondary. I think they need help at linebacker. I think there's other places where they're going to need help, especially with a young defensive coordinator coming in at 31 years old, and kind of needing to go that route. But I also agree with you. I don't think they're going to spend. I don't think they're going to spend all that money on that. I mean, they're going to spend money, but I think it's going to be in different ways. And I think there's going to be one knuckleball that they're going to throw out there that you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know that guy was on your radar. But other than that, I mean, I think they kind of know, hey, our style it's worked, but it hasn't worked. You know what I mean? The approach during free agency, the low risk, high reward. I get that, but now you kind of need to go for it because you have not won a playoff game. Jim Harbaugh got a C+ rating this year from the NFLPA. That must mean one of two things. Obviously, they didn't like Greg Roman. They thought, why the hell are you keeping Greg Roman on here? Because I think Greg got a D or D-, something like that on there. Yeah, he got a D- on there. So either it was that or why did we start training camp a week and a half to 2 weeks earlier and we didn't win shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, players start getting tired of that. They're like, well, where are we going? Where is this headed? So I think with the Mike McDaniel scheme, I think with obviously keeping the Jesse Minter scheme with this young head coach or this young defensive coordinator. By the way, I do have a theory on where the NFL is headed pretty soon when it comes to that. But I definitely think that they're gonna do one move that we're gonna be like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. But other than that, I agree with you. I think they're gonna go after guys like McGovern, these other guys that aren't gonna be so expensive. And again, if they fit in Mike McDaniel's scheme, I think that's the route that they're gonna go. They're gonna go with that athletic offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because I'll tell you the flip side. I think personally, the center position is something you need to spend on. Like, I understand not getting into a bidding war, and who knows if Lindenbaum even fits. But, like, in my opinion, after the 2 years you've had of Bozeman, you really need to invest in this offensive line. Like, I don't even think Zion's worth the money. I wouldn't even pay him $10 million. I don't think he's that good.
Can you tell us what his scheme is about?
Whose?
McDaniel's.
Well, for the most part, it looks like he likes to get on the edge. Clearly, he loves using speed. He has Tyreek Hill, Waddle, some of those guys when they're available. My favorite part about him from the couple games I've seen over the years, I love how he puts his best players in different positions. That way, you always have to clock where he is. It's not the, monogamous. I think that's the right word. It's not like the methodical thing of, they just always split out wide. They just always split out wide. So, they do a little bit of wide zone also to get on the edges. I also love the way he uses motions, pre-snap and stuff like that to create better blocking angles for the offensive linemen. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what he can do with these guys. And from what I remember in what I've seen from other clips, like he thinks outside the box. Like I remember, watching something of his when he was in wide receivers coach in Cleveland, and he was talking about how he would use clips from AI or Allen Iverson and other ball handlers like that on their release. So you see the hip wiggle, you see everything else to, fake people out for a crossover, and he applies that to the NFL with a wide receiver getting his release from a corner. I think he's going to think outside the box and it'll be better. I just hope they can put up more than 20 points a game because obviously we didn't have that at all this season, or it was barely at 20.
Do you miss Greg Roman?
Points. No, not at all. Supposedly he was already. Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna I saw a funny meme. I saw a funny meme, but I was like, never mind. But my whole thing is this: like, in my opinion, I was talking to someone about this today, just to use an example. They were like, the Raiders need to trade for AJ Brown. Mendoza needs a wide receiver one or this and that. I'm like, what are you talking about? The Raiders have, no offense, like the Raiders have bigger holes than a wide receiver. Like, in my opinion, the way you build out a team is inside out. Like, I don't care who the receivers are. I don't care who the skill players are. You've had bad offensive line play from these guys for, 2 years that Harbaugh's been there in a row?
Yeah.
And especially your head coach's supposed strength is running the football and offensive play. And in my opinion, it's been subpar for 2 years in a row, especially to the standard that supposedly he's used to. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. And the other thing of it is, too, the reason why I don't think they'll be as loyal to Zion is just because it's not one of their guys. They didn't draft him. So this might, if he's not that good, this might be the time to clean break. Because in my opinion, I've said it plenty of times, and I won't beat a dead horse, and then, I'll let Vic say what he wants. That whole offensive line room, in my opinion, has to change. If you want to go for something cheap, I thought the game that Andre James played, I think that's his name, right? Because I always get him confused with Andre Carter.
Yeah.
He wasn't great, but I thought he was serviceable. I thought at least there was no free hitters up the middle. I didn't think he was strong enough to plug those holes, but at least he was in front of someone. You know what I'm saying? And at least there was no free blitzers in the A gap. Because again, in my opinion, if I'm forming out an offensive line, the center's the highest paid, along with the 2 tackles, the 2 guards inside. You can kind of hide in disguise. You know, that you can kind of get a little bit away with, but you need to have one guy in the middle who knows what the hell he's doing to get everybody on the same page, and the 2 guys on the outside, just because if you can have 2 guys one-on-one and they can hold up their own, it does wonders for your offense. So, you know, on the flip side, I think they do need to spend a little bit more on offensive line this offseason.
Vic, last thing.
I was gonna say I'm actually gonna flip it on you guys, and I think where the Chargers are gonna prioritize is gonna be on defense. I think you guys make some great points about the offensive line, but if you look at the scheme with the Shanahans, the Kubiaks, and all these the McVays, is they're kind of like the money ball of the offensive lines. The reason you hire those guys is because you can be a little bit cheaper. You run those zone schemes, you know, to the outside, and so you want more athletic guys. Someone like Andre James kind of fits this at center. So I don't think the Chargers are going to overspend on their offensive line. I think either they're going to do it through the draft or they're going to do it with like C-level guys that are not going to be that expensive for them, because you're already paying your 2 tackles. So why are you going to overspend on the interior of that offensive line, especially when you hire a guy like McDaniel, who you brought in to have that money ball? You know, like the reason you went and got Mike McDaniel was because you're losing a great defensive coordinator, and so you don't know what you're going to get from that defensive coordinator. So you want to make sure, and I'm with Fernando, I think you're going to have to go and overspend on your edge rushers in free agency here, and go out and get some either linebackers or safeties. You need to start prioritizing that defense. There's some holes there. There's some guys that are old. I would not bring back Khalil Mack if I'm the Chargers. I would try to get younger here and then spend some of that capital from the draft on the offensive line and the defensive line, like Dan was saying. Like, my thing would be, you know, build your lines both on offense and defense through the draft, and then go and see if you can get some edge rushers and maybe a corner or safety to kind of help out on the defense in free agency.
Khalil told Pop and Chris before the season ended that he would message them if he was coming back to the Chargers. So yesterday when it was announced, oh, he's coming back to play this season, and he didn't message either one of those guys, I was like, I'm like, I wonder. I don't know. Well, I mean, they're always pestering him about it, so it kind of makes me think that they're gonna, like, if I was them, I would prioritize Odafe over Khalil. No offense, but like,
yeah.
Like, you go Odafe, Thule, and then you draft a young kid in the first round, even though I don't know if you saw, but usually the guy that Daniel Jeremiah has the Chargers picking in his second mock draft in the last 4 years, he's gotten it right. And he had the tight end out of Oregon. That's why I wanted you to ask him about that, because not about that, but about playing with Justin, because that's who Daniel Jeremiah had. And I think that dude in this offense, that guy would, like, he'd put up numbers in this offense.
So the Aronde Gatson 1 month experiment is just come and went and is done with.
And you know what's funny? Dan would tell me, he's like, that guy's like, he's okay. He's a good pass catcher, but Dan was right. He can't, like, the blocking was just really bad by him. And
but don't worry. Don't worry. Our fearless former offensive coordinator will put him at the point of attack like a genius. Like,
is there a fullback on the team right now? Not
Matlock. Scott Matlock,
but I think they're going to go get a fullback.
Yeah, I look for that kid from Michigan, the fullback. He's going to be in high demand, and they're going to be going up with the Raiders too, because the Raiders are going to be looking for a fullback as well with Kubiak, because he likes having a fullback in that offense.
Anything on the Rams from your guys' point of view? I mean, I haven't really looked into the Rams all that much, but do you think? I mean, obviously, heavy spenders are going to have to spend on corners, and I think that's where they should throw all their money. I saw a crazy draft. Bill Barnwell said that he thought the one trade that they should make is for Trent McDuffie. Supposedly the Chiefs might do away with him, but I'm like, he's their best corner. Why would they get away from? But I think that'd be a great trade for the Rams. But Gilbert, anything on that
Well,
side?
that's the one that well, now I know where it's coming from. Everybody keeps connecting Trent McDuffie to the Rams, but like I still don't see Lesney being that aggressive for a cornerback. Like honestly, like the one that you do it for is a prime Jalen Ramsey. Trent McDuffie is not a prime Jalen Ramsey. So and the Chiefs are shopping him because they have some salary cap problems. They can't pay everybody. But look at what Lesney created, and they're paying Matthew Stafford, they're paying Puka Nacua, they're paying Devontae Adams, and they're still like top 5 in salary cap because they're just so cheap in the back end of the defense, and all their edge rushers are on rookie contracts. So to me, I think it's the year you go all in and say F them picks again, because this might be the final year for Matthew Stafford. But but the thing is, like, I don't see, like, unless you're trading somebody, I just don't see a free agent big ticket signing for a cornerback, and then you don't do that for linebackers either. They already resigned Nate Landman, so maybe take a chance on Jamel Dean. Rick Williams out there, but I think he's too erratic in coverage. He will probably get burned in this in this Ram secondary. But I think, to me, Jamel Dean is the most safe, polished one. But how much would you pay for him? That's the thing, and I don't know if Lesney would do it.
Vic.
Yeah, I'm with Gilbert there. Like, I know Trent McDuffie is more of an inside guy. Like he got kind of exposed on the outside this year, and I get it. We talked about this on House of Horns. I just don't know if you spend a first round pick on Trent McDuffie. I get it. He's already been paid, but do you want to put that much money? You haven't even paid, like Gilbert said, you haven't even paid your defensive guys yet. You still need to pay Kobe Turner. You need to pay Jared Verse, Byron Young. You need to pay all those guys. So I don't know. They're kind of in a they're kind of in a weird situation because they have money, but like, do you want to overspend on dudes that you're not really sure on? So I am intrigued. And then one thing that got tweeted out today that I was kind of like, I did the eyes emoji there, was the fact that they asked Les Need and Sean McVay about Devontae Smith's contract, because he's due a big he's got a big cap hit on him this upcoming season. Yeah, Devontae Adams. And so Devontae Adams. So I'm kind of like wanting to see what happens there too. Do you want to upset Devontae Adams there by not, asking him to restructure his contract so you can have even more salary cap? So, and then you're going to have to restructure Matthew Stafford's contract now that he's coming back. So they're also working on that. So they have a lot of questions in terms of how are they going to allocate that money. And like I said, they're another team where their offensive line, like, they just had Rob Himmelstein retired. What do you do there with the right tackle position? Do you go and take care of that on the draft, or do you do it in free agency because you're able to kind of moneyball the offensive line because of what you're able to run? So, and then tight end, I know you were talking about Sadiq, the kid from Oregon, but they're saying this is a really good tight end draft as well. So do the Rams go and look? I know some guys, the tight end from the Vikings, I heard, was going to get cut as well. So there's going to be tight ends out there available, and they're still waiting on Tyler Higbee. They said they're going to wait and see what happens with him. So if they want to run more 12 or 13 personnel, do they go and sign another veteran tight end? So
the guy from Baltimore is also a free agent.
Yeah, likely.
Yeah, he's probably going to end up a Patriot. And that's usually the way the Patriots go. Gilbert, did you have any more? My bad, I completely forgot. Any more combine stuff? Anything you learned? Anything? The Rams and the 49ers were the only teams that weren't there, right?
Jaguars.
I'm sure Jaguars. Oh, wow. Yeah, they come from the Rams school of operating. But I don't know. Like, honestly, I'll probably get to the quarterback stuff and my takeaways. But for the combine stuff, and I know it's too early for the draft, it is I guess it's a down season for the draft. But I hate when people say that because you never know who's going to be a star out of that class. But expect like a linebacker, a running back, and a safety to go somewhere in the top 12, and that's unheard of in this new modern football. But the last time I bashed the team for taking non-premium positions in the top 12, Jameer Gibbs and Jack Campbell, the Lions did pretty well, and then Dan always told me I was wrong. So expect kind of like a throwback 2023 for this draft. That's all the talk. It's like, hey, he's a linebacker, off-ball linebacker. F it, go get that guy. And I'm talking about Sonny Styles.
It seemed like a month ago everybody was linking Jeremiah Love to the Kansas City Chiefs. Doesn't sound like he's going to make it to the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of people are. I've seen some mock draft experts pin him to the Titans. I saw the Giants. I was like, wow, 1-2 with Scadaboo and him. That would be interesting. Gilbert, is that kind of what you heard? That it seems like he's going to be a top 8, top 9 pick?
Yeah, Jeremiah Love, yes. But the thing about this is, like, this is my opinion, and I don't know if GMs would think about it this way. Like, you saw how much of a struggle it was for Ashton Jeanty with the Raiders. We saw for how many years it was a struggle for Saquon Barkley. If you're not ready to, I guess, like, it's like, what is it? If you're not ready to, I don't know, why should I go with this? If you can't date a baddie and you're trying to take her to McDonald's, don't do it. Don't date a baddie. So don't bring in Saquon Barkley. Don't bring in Ashton Jeanty if you can't maintain them. So to me, if you can't maintain Jeremiah Love, like, you say you're like the Chiefs and you want to trade up, go ahead and do it. You can maintain a baddie. But if you're the freaking, I don't know, the Giants or somebody crappy, you're going to take them in the top 5, just don't do it. You're going to waste your time for 3 to 4 years.
What about Kenyon Zadik from Oregon? Do you feel like he's the unicorn of the because I mean Jeremiah Love, they're kind of saying he can line up at receiver, he can do all those little things. Did you feel like Kenyon? I mean, his numbers were incredible at the combine.
This is the thing about the combine. People get so enamored with the workout. Then when the smoke and the dust settles, it's like, oh, okay, can this guy actually play football? Can he actually play when there's tackles, there's tackling and there's pads on? And the thing with tight end is it's either like, are you going to be are you going to do something very special? Like, are you going to be, Brock Bowers, pass catching special? And if you're not going to be, or Colston Loveland, you better be a well-polished all-around tight end, like a Tyler Warren, who could block immediately, be an inline tight end, and also go get a first down, like up the seam. Like, you better be super versatile or super elite at pass catching. And I don't know if he's very elite athletically, but does that translate to playmaking in the NFL? So to me, I think somebody might get burned, because I just haven't heard Kenyon being compared to Loveland's pass catching upside. I haven't heard it from Brock Bowers. Like, I've heard, like, Albert Breer, right? Or he wrote that he could maybe be a Brock Bowers, but you don't want to go maybe when you're going to take this guy top 12 or top, what did Brock Bowers go, top 13? So to 13. Me, like, it's dangerous. So if you want to bet on the upside, I will bet on the upside in the second half of the first round. But if you don't have something that's special immediately from the get-go, it's very dicey, and you might just end up getting a combine workout warrior, and that's about it.
Dan, do you know who Jennings Dunker is?
Yeah, I do. Isn't that the lineman from, like, is it Wisconsin, or he's from
Iowa.
some random place? Iowa. There you go. Yeah, that's the guy with the mullet and everything. Look at that.
Yeah.
Majestic creature.
Damn.
Keeping us alive. Look at that hair.
And
he's got a dirty stash too.
If you went to Wisconsin, Dan, you would have already have known about him.
Exactly. He would have told me left and right.
Look at
My
that.
God.
What
a majestic beast.
A raccoon up in his head.
What a majestic dude. He looks like Ginger Eddie Guerrero right now.
Dan, what do you think about his tools? Look at this.
Get him going.
Wow. Majestic beast. Look how he's just gliding. Look at that hair. Is he projected to go in the first? No, right?
No. Oh, look who's working him out. Did you see that?
No, who is
Who
that?
was it?
Jimbo?
No. One of the Chargers.
Is that Kyler Murray in the back in the red?
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
He was already looking for his next job.
That's
I think I had,
hilarious.
no, I did not have one more, but I thought that guy would be pretty interesting for you, Dan.
Oh yeah, I love watching it. But to me again, I love that Hilberto's highlighting how useless the combine is. Like it is. It's a joke. Like it's cool for the players, like they get all the gear and all this stuff. It's a great memory, but it doesn't mean anything football wise. Like, sure, it's great if you can run a 40. How do you beat the press? How do you, pass pro? How do you throw the football under pressure? Things like that. Like it doesn't test for it.
Don't
What
you
is
see
that?
this?
I
Yeah.
hated this post.
I cannot
I
believe
hate
how
everything.
much less media there are assembling 15 minutes before the O-lineman media day compared to every other day. These guys are the lifeblood of the league.
That's true. But again, that's like, I mean, no offense to any of it, but that just shows it's non-football guys. You know what I mean? Like again, when you think of a
Whoa.
football team, okay, when you think of a football team, unfortunately, people think it's the quarterback. It's not. We've already talked about this. We've gone in circles about this. I've debated my good friend who's probably still drunk, Eric D. Williams, about this. He's still excited. He doesn't even know we're in March. He still thinks we're in February. But, after I saw what the 2015 Broncos did with Peyton Manning with no neck or arm, I would never pay a lot of money for skill players ever again. I wouldn't. I would rather take players who are smart,
They had
who know what
Emmanuel
they're doing.
Sanders.
Again, players was he some guy who's going to go down the field and smoke people? No. Peyton couldn't even get him the ball. What happened was you had competent coaching,
No Sean
great
Marino.
offensive line play.
And Von Miller.
CJ Anderson was good. Again,
And Cam Newton didn't
defensive
care.
line. Well, that's the other part. I
get
get
the
so
ball,
tired.
Cam.
I get
Get the
tired of
ball.
seeing that guy at
Let
the
him
Super
borrow
Bowl,
a
by the way.
fucking pen, and he didn't even do
Yeah,
anything.
looks like a weirdo, but he's huge. That's one thing I'll give him. Damn, I didn't know he was that big.
Well, let me defend now
consistent.
our compatriots that we work with.
Yes.
That's on Saturday. That's like Gilbert was there since what, Monday? Gilbert, Tuesday.
Yeah, and
They're not going to
like
pay
my
for somebody to be there
Yeah.
all.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
just
like-
talking about
they're
in
like,
general.
no,
I'm not
I'm not talking
attacking
about you.
anybody.
I'm talking
Okay,
about
that
him.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: I wish the quarterbacks were on Thursday, and like I bet you a lot of people didn't really were able to stay till Friday because that's 5 days. So you got to pick and
Yeah.
choose. Like, okay, I'm gonna go for like if your team, if you're a beat reporter, and like say Adam Hill has to cover the Mendoza thing, he's gonna go on Thursday, Friday, Saturday because he has to be there for the quarterback. So you kind of got to pick and choose. But a lot of these GMs and coaches talk on Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're a beat reporter, you want that too. So what you kind of pick and choose what you want. So it's difficult, and then also like after like the thing with the way these interviews are kind of set up, there's a session at 8, at 9, at 10. Like maybe the 9 a.m. session was more filled out than the 10 a.m. I don't know, but supposedly like the thing about media, they all got offended. Like, well, my job doesn't want to pay for me to go out there. What are you talking about? I was there at 9 o'clock, not at 6:48 a.m. when you posted this tweet. Like, everybody got defensive, but the thing about the combine, I do like that they're maybe I shouldn't say I do like, but they do open it up to a lot of different types of reporters, and I'll put quotation marks.
I don't
So
like that.
if there's an opportunity for you to cover the combine, go freaking do it on a Saturday when everybody's going home and they can't afford it. So just put it out there.
Oh, did anyone bust out the pin the tail on the donkeys, or was Gustavo there, or what's his name from Jimmy Kimmel throwing underwear or holding up cups or whatever?
Guillermo way.
Whatever his name.
It was
is, I
too
don't
cold to send them there.
care. Ridiculous.
I'm
What a
so
clown.
tired of hearing like, have you met with X team? Have you met? And like,
Yes.
when you have Caleb Downs up there and he's met with every freaking team, could you not ask him, have you met with so and so team? Like, he's gonna like, I love what he says. Like, I've met with a lot of teams. Like, what do you want me to do here? Like, I get it. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you're talking to the third round projected lineman and like, oh, the Chargers talked to that guy, but like, how you met with that guy? Like, don't do it to the top 5 draft pick who has met with everybody. I freaking hate that. That's my pet peeve.
Oh, wait till
I still love the
Baker's-
Johnny Manziel and no Baker Mayfield and Tom Telesco beef from 2018 when don't you remember the Chargers wanted to fly him out and meet with him, and he's like, sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm not going to make it that far down.
Yeah, I like the honesty. Yeah,
I love that too.
Like, I'm sorry.
All right.
That
was hilarious.
Let's go with our takeaways. Gilbert, why don't you start us off, because I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this one. Because it seems like a yearly tradition.
Yeah, I don't want to start off this new season of Compas on the B as being a Sam Darnold hater again because he proved me wrong. He really did. It took him a couple of years, to prove me wrong.
No, but I know where you're
But
going with this
I'm
one,
gonna-
though. Go ahead, Gilbert. I'm actually really interested in this.
It's like I'll give Sam Darnold his credit and his flowers, and I'll give the Seahawks their credit for having a great supporting cast. And this is not me knocking Sam Darnold; it was just a perfect fit in the perfect pairing. And Sam Darnold did his job. He had no turnovers in the playoffs. Drake May came and went like a pumpkin in the playoffs when he faced a good team. But it just everybody's gonna take the Sam Darnold story and be like, you know what, we could do what they did. Malik Willis, $40 million. Come on down. Oh, okay. Kyler Murray. Oh, okay. Come on down. It's like for every like Sam Darnold, there's Justin Fields. Like it doesn't always work out. So to me, like it's kind of like my analogy for the running back. If you can't support a quarterback, don't go spend for a quarterback. Imagine putting like freaking Malik Willis on the Tennessee Titans or what other crappy team or the Raiders. Like he's gonna bomb. Like don't do it. So everybody's gonna be like, we did it with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, at least to his credit, when he got to the Vikings, he showed that he could play well with a good supporting cast. Malik Willis has somewhat done it for 2 games, but that's 2 freaking games. By the way, he got hurt in both games. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. So unless you're like maybe I don't know the Vikings who've shown they could develop one, they just don't know how to keep one a quarterback. But like it just kind of know who you are and look yourself in the mirror. And I don't want to hear everybody say, "Well, Sam Darnold did it." Well, yeah, look at Geno Smith too. Yeah, Geno Smith had one decent year in Seattle, and we thought he's gonna be this project that got saved. Like no, he went and had one.
Your girl.
Yeah, he had one wild card appearance. He got blown out by the 49ers. Then he goes to the Raiders, gets $75 million for nothing, and they got burned. So to me is don't fall for the trap. I know you need quarterbacks. They're needy, but it's always the draft for me to get a quarterback. Draft and develop. I know Kevin O'Connell can't do that with JJ McCarthy, but he knows how to do it with veterans. Unless you're like, I don't know, you could look at Seattle. They had Jackson Smith and Jigba. They drafted a first-round pick in Gray Zabel. They have an elite defense. So to me, just don't fall for the trap like the Jets did with Justin Fields, Dan and Dago's boy.
But like, I mean, let's be honest though. Like, they told Sam Darnold, just don't F this up. And he almost did in that first quarter and a half. He kept on throwing balls that the Patriots were dropping. So some of those were really dangerous throws. And I feel like they told him, hey, you need to relax. So, I mean, I get it. Like a lot of people are praising Sam Darnold. I'm kind of like, let's hold on a little bit. Like, I think Minnesota put a lot of pressure on him last year. And that's why he played like shit. And this year, Seattle's like, hey, we have a great defense. We have a great running game. Just relax, make some plays, and let's get out of here and win this. So, but I completely agree because now it's Malik Willis, Tua Tagovailoa. Well, if it happens, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, and
Mac Jones.
Better, but still
Mac Jones is another one.
Mac Jones would be serviceable, but I wouldn't pay a lot of money for
Anthony Richardson, my guy.
Anthony
That's
Richardson.
your guy.
Oh, Anthony Richardson.
Come on, we can save Anthony Richardson.
Future Ram. Oh, hold on. Jimmy G supposedly to the Cardinals.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of
He's a thing still.
I'm surprised you guys.
Cardinals want him.
I'm surprised you guys didn't mention the whole Daniel Jones saga continuing. Like, remember when the Giants chose him to franchise him instead of Saquon? The same thing's gonna happen with the Colts. They're gonna tag Daniel Jones, who's coming off a bad Achilles injury.
Yeah,
and they're gonna.
I don't get it. I don't know why
they're tagging Alec
into
Pierce. Like I make it make sense, Chris Ballard.
I'm surprised. Don't worry. Julie Carly Ursay or whatever her name is in charge. She'll be fine.
Like I want
She'll
him.
figure it out. Exactly. She has.
If he wasn't hurt with the Achilles, I would have been okay with it. But he got freaking hurt in December. He's not going to be ready anytime soon. What are we doing?
I don't understand. I don't.
The whole thing's fascinating to me because it's like you take over and honestly, what has transpired in Indianapolis? I don't think he's even made the playoffs, has he? Maybe once. I don't think Steichen has.
Philip Rivers.
Steichen has.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was Steichen, though. That was still Reich.
Ballard has, Ballard has, but Steichen hasn't.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have nothing really to show for it. and you kept the same regime. Like, how does that even make sense? Like,
Yeah.
you
And I
had
was
Jesse Minter out there. You had some other guys out there that maybe you could have taken a chance on to see what's up. But, I mean, we'll see if it pans out.
I was watching an interview today with McShay and Chris Ballard, and like you could tell McShay was trying to get around the question about, like trying to look for a quarterback and how bad Chris Ballard has been. He's like, you and me both. Like he knows he sucks at, eyeing quarterbacks, and I just wouldn't trust Chris Ballard, to pick out a quarterback. It's just that's why he's gonna play it safe and just re-sign Daniel Jones. And they said that they're gonna start the season with the rookie quarterback from last year. So I'm just like there. And I'm sure Steichen is gonna coach his ass off, and they'll probably be in the playoff mix again, and they'll be back the year after that. But it's just frustrating watching the way that whole team is being managed.
Vic, you can go ahead with yours.
Yeah, I wanted to take my time here in terms of minus the takes coming out of the combine are always hilarious. I'll be transparent. I didn't watch much of the combine. It was more kind of reacting to a lot of the news that was coming out of it, and to what Gilbert was saying too, like. He was saying like if you don't have the money to take out a baddie, like what are you doing? And like Sonny Styles like breaking out now, he's going to be a top 10 guy. And my thing has always been like, if the tape is good, like whatever position you're going to choose, right? And the intangibles, you're just trying to see if the intangibles are there. Then you're just trying to confirm things you've already seen on tape, instead of just saying, well, now Sonny Styles is going to be a top 5 guy. And I'm just like, why do we always do this? Like, we saw this with Anthony Richardson, 30, a lot of these guys should have at least 30 starts, have good film, and then you go from there. Like, I'm not an expert, I haven't watched, but just seeing people, like, I'm like, how did you have time to both watch the NFL all season long and then have time to watch college football? Maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of these guys get that wrong. Like the whole, Ruben Bain thing too was kind of upsetting too, because I'm like, he's got short arms. Now you're not gonna draft it for you. Like, I saw a great meme of Fanu, I think is his name, who had short arms. Like it was like two dinosaurs trying to.
Oh yeah, Will Campbell and
right. And that's the other thing too with Will Campbell. Like it's like the dude went all the way to the Super Bowl. He's a rookie. Like he was gonna get torched. He went up against a bunch of like edge rushers that he had not seen all season long, and that was gonna happen. And I'm like, now,
but he got injured too.
Yes, and I'm like, oh, so
they say he rushed back from he rushed back from IR.
Real quick, about Will Campbell, I know how New England media made a whole big deal about him not speaking at the Super Bowl. He told me no twice, so I was part of that New England media who got rejected twice.
Oh wow!
At least he apologized.
People were talking to Stephon Diggs, and I go to the back and I see him, pretty pissed off. And I asked him, "Can you talk?" And he told me no. I walked around again. I asked him. He said no, and that's when everybody started following. He said no to everybody else. So at least he's consistent,
Yeah.
Gilberto went like this. Are you willing to talk?
Second time, I
am. He's on the list.
Like, yeah, exactly. Vic, anything else?
Yeah, no, and the kid Casey Concepcion having a stutter problem, like, like, and even Mekhi Lemon, like him not a lot of these guys are nervous, man. Like, yeah, I get it. It's a job interview, and you got a bunch of people coming at you, and you're supposed to be professional, and you should be ready to go, right? Because this is your job interview, and I get all that. But we all get nervous. I've gotten nervous, whenever, I had to get in front of a class or something and speak to people. It is even asking questions now. When we were at Radio Row and Media Night, I've seen other reporters who don't get to do this all the time, and it's hard to get out there and ask questions, and the same thing answering questions, and so I totally understand where they're coming from, and I just don't understand. And the last point I'm going to make, and I'm sure I'll make Gilbert mad here, but like if you draft a guy, draft them. Like my biggest thing about like that I've heard is like, oh, the Raiders shouldn't draft Fernando Mendoza because they don't have a great offensive line. Did Burrow have a great offensive line when he was drafted? Any of these quarterbacks? The reason they're picking number one is because they have a shitty team. Like I don't understand. It's like, oh, don't draft the running back early because you don't have the.
Look at Gilbert's
take
face.
the best player available.
Running
Like, to
back,
me, that's always been my thing.
yeah.
I rather draft someone like that I know, like Jeremiah Love, like that's just me, over some dude like Sonny Styles that just popped at the combine. I'm sorry, like if you have, like, to me it was always going to be someone like Justin Herbert over Tua. Like if you know what you like in a certain player, just take them. And this is the mistake that scare money don't make money. And I feel like a lot of teams get scared during the draft and they're just like, I'm gonna just draft the guy that just is the safest here. But for me, it was always like, if the dude is really good, he's probably gonna translate to the other to the, you know, and I get it. Like I get the running back, you know, argument. I just don't get the other. Like if I'm the Chiefs and Caleb Downs is there, take Caleb Downs. Like I get he has a little bit of an issue, but you take the best available player at your spot. Stop trying to go for need because you're always going to get burned. So that was my last thing.
That's what makes me laugh about the whole thing. Like Travis Hunter last year, they played like shit. Travis Hunter goes down, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars all of a sudden go on a win streak, and now they're talking about how, hey, he's going to be on corner most of the time, and then he's going to do little things here and there at receiver, and you're like, so you guys did not like what he did at receiver, and you thought he did better at corner. So that's going to be interesting. Dan, we kind of already hit yours, but if you want to do something, go ahead.
Oh, my takeaway was going to be that, well, I mean, we'll see about this. I wouldn't go that far to say it's a Messiah type thing, but we'll see. Because, I mean, like I said, great offensive coordinator, great offensive mind. You don't make the right moves in free agency, it's not going to mean diddly squat. So, but more importantly, in my opinion, my takeaway is
going to have a breakout year for them.
Who?
Quentin.
Yeah, sure. Hold your breath. My biggest takeaway is always the same every year at this point in time. Like, who cares about the combine? It's overrated. It's idiotic. I don't care what guys can do in t-shirts. Just like I'll say as soon as the draft happens. Oh, when we went, that's the only reason I want to go back. I don't care about the combine. I like the tour. I like the tour given to us by our good friend over there. You know,
that's been the best year. I think that was the peak combine, and it started going.
Dude, that was when Mike McDaniel walked over and he goes, "My compas!" Like getting all excited and shit.
That was crazy.
You gotta ask him about that one time.
Yeah, well, you'll get a chance to. I don't know if he'll remember, but yeah, I just can't wait for football to come back. Like that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Like I said, I'm not a fan of all this stuff because it's just a song and pony show. It doesn't mean anything. So
I'll go with mine quickly. I think free agency is going to be weird. I think we've just seen kind of some trades happen. Again, the freaking Sonic and Knuckles bull crap. It's finally over, so we don't have to put up with that crap anymore. Those kind of
the Lions.
Yeah, I thought that was so dumb. And then the announcer would say, "Oh, Sonic and Knuckle." I'm like, shut up. Like, so it's over. I actually like that trade for Houston. It's just they keep on trading offensive linemen away, and I'm like, so what are you gonna do? Like, you're just gonna like last year we all laughed at them when they got rid of Larry Tunsil. Larry Tunsil might not be the best left tackle, but he was a whole hell of a lot better than what he is now, or what they had left for him. And now the CJ Stroud thing about, hey, is he worth all that money? And now they're kind of thinking back.
I'm so glad.
The one thing I am in agreement with, or is what I've been thinking lately. When that third year becomes available and people are re-signing guys early, I'm like, I'm kind of okay waiting until the fourth. I'm not going to go Jerry Jones and wait until like forever to sign these guys.
5.5.
Go 5. Go franchise.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like that's what it's there for. You might as well wait to like a lot of Charger fans are jumping on. Oh, let's re-sign Thule already. I'm like,
I don't think so.
Like, I wouldn't sign him because he had like every year he has consistently risen up, but I would wait one more year to see if it is what what people really think it is. which it does. I mean, his tape looked really good, but I'm like, I would wait one more year and then see.
You got to
what
be sure if
got.
you do it after 3 years. Like you have to be automatic.
Let me
like,
ask Fernando this, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Let me ask Fernando this, and I'll ask you this, Dan, because we have this conversation. If you're the Rams, do you already re-sign Puka?
No. Oh,
I would.
I would.
I would, but I would put some bullshit in his contract.
Yeah,
where it's like,
I would be. The only reason I'd be hesitant.
Don't hang out with streamers.
Yeah, especially that little dipshit. Like, don't hang out with that guy. Like, that guy's a weirdo. Like, I'm telling you, I thought Nate Diaz's people were actually going to beat his ass at that press conference. And when they did, I'm kind of like, really? Like, yeah, I was like, come on.
Hoping that's hilarious.
I'm telling you, that dude looked directly at me, and I thought he was gonna be like, "You chubby fat fuck looking motherfucker." Like, I was gonna be like, "No, hell no!" It was this guy, and the shit that he said to that dude was hilarious. So I was like, "Yeah, no,
the only thing
that's that guy."
The only thing that would make me hesitant, like if I was a GM, seriously, I would not really be interested in signing people who want to be celebrities. I want football players. And I think the only problem with him that would make me nervous, he's trying to be too much of a celebrity, and I don't really like that in football players personally. But call me old fashioned.
He did it after he became a star player, not as a 5th round rookie trying to prove himself.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, no, the talent's there without a doubt. It's just, are you going to put up with it?
Yeah.
How far are you willing to go? Like that's just my thing.
To your point, Dan, he did it too early. Do that stuff after the contract. He hasn't gotten paid yet.
Exactly. Because in my opinion, like again, I'm sure. I mean, again, I don't know how it works, but I'm sure every time he's in the news in a negative way, like it's a pain in the ass for the Rams to deal with.
He's been dating luckily, player and other people apparently.
Like luckily, at least it hasn't been anything like legal, so it's not like a big deal. But just the negative press is always a pain in the ass because that's the last thing you need is distractions and circuses. Like, what was the thing that McVay lost his shit over for 3 minutes in a press conference after a game? Was it like he tweeted this team's ass and they lost to him or something like that? Like,
he's like,
no, you went on a stream.
Yeah, but I like how McVay was like, "Who gives a crap? That guy balled out today." Like pretty much.
I know.
Like, oh, he had 220 yards against the Seahawks.
And if we remember, like all the Super Bowl winning teams have exactly what the Rams have on their offense. They have a dude that's going to put all the dirty work in Puka, and then they have a guy that's going to score the touchdowns. I remember when the Eagles won in 2017, they had Torrey Smith on one side, Alshon Jeffrey on the other. When the Baltimore Ravens won a couple years ago, they had Anquan Bolden as the dirty work guy, and they had Torrey Smith on there. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, you always have two receivers that do different things, and the Rams definitely have it with these two guys. So, I understand
because Puka blocks. Puka blocks for real, like a dog.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I respect his game. I just am not a fan of all the off the field stuff, which again, it's not a super headache. It's not like he's getting hauled into court like some of these other guys are arrested, but it's just an annoyance nonetheless. But
all right,
James Pierce Jr. By the way, what a whip for the Falcons. Jesus,
that's one of those guys.
Is he cooked?
I think so. Yeah. But you saw why he dropped because he's a dumbass. We put it that way.
Dude,
he's a dumbass.
He had 12 and a half sacks this year, something like that.
He had like 10 and a half sacks, but
I think
he's a college.
No, he got drafted by the Falcons last year in the first round.
He's the one that the Rams traded up for.
The Rams gave up a first round pick to say, "You want that guy? Go ahead. We did our homework. The guy's an idiot. Go take him. He's really good." And then I thought Raheem Morris the funny thing is Raheem Morris said, "You know what? I'm gonna go to his house. I'm gonna visit him. I'm gonna look at you in the eye. Are you gonna be cool? Are you gonna be good?" And he said, "Yeah." The second they fire Raheem Morris, he freaking becomes an idiot and he gets into a domestic violence dispute with his WNBA star girlfriend. So again, a lot of rumors and gossip there. So he's gonna probably get cut.
Oh, really?
But don't worry.
The crap that he did, if he's convicted, or he might even go to prison, to be honest. I don't know.
Well, Dan is saying Dan thinks that he's young enough to maybe in a couple of years the Raiders will have him and Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs back. Yeah. The NFL's a joke in that sense, the morality of it. It's a joke, but I mean, whatever.
All right, let's move on really quick and let's do a quick rapid fire. Who is going to be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings in 2026? Gilberto.
The quarterback of the Vikings?
The starting quarterback week 1 when they take the field.
I kind of want to see Kyler Murray, but he's not fit to be a Kevin O'Connell guy. I'm just gonna take a chance because Malik Willis and Kyler Murray are a little more too mobile for Kevin O'Connell. He likes some in the pocket or a different color. I'll just leave it at that. But I'll go Kyler Murray. Well, look at Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones.
Whoa.
Oh, redheads.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'll go Kyler Murray. I think he'll take a chance on playing with Jefferson.
I will go with Geno Smith. Dan.
Oh,
are you crazy? I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. If they cut Kirk Cousins and he's cheap, I wouldn't doubt that he takes him.
All these quarterbacks now are going to be cheap. They're all going to be signed at league minimum.
Already has familiarity and everything else with the system. I doubt if Kyler Murray doesn't watch film, I doubt he wants to teach him a new system. So,
Vic, are you going to be the one that honors the Michigan national championship?
I do think it's going to be JJ McCarthy. They just want to bring in a veteran guy to give him competition. And also, like, this is what you were getting in JJ McCarthy. The dude was 20 when he was drafted. You need to develop him. So I still think he's going to be the starting quarterback week 1. Will it be throughout the season? Probably not. But if you're asking me week 1, yes, I'm going to say JJ McCarthy.
You got to compete, though. Make him earn it this time.
Yep.
You have to.
All right, Gilbert. Where does Kirk Cousins end up playing?
Well, now Dan has me thinking Vikings. That's actually a good connection there.
You're welcome. I have my shirt. I'll go put it on. Journalism.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I wanted to see this last year, so I'm gonna just say it again because they don't have a quarterback still. I don't care. Shadur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, go to Cleveland. I want to see that.
It's funny. That's Jeremy Fowler said that's where he does not see Malik Willis going because Deshaun Watson is his client. And so is Malik Willis, and he's not going to want his two clients at the same place. Yeah, exactly. Dan, where do you see Tua?
Where do I see Tua?
Yeah,
back on the island, brother.
You said about it.
I don't think anyone. I don't think. Oh yeah. The Hawaiian Islands, you sick bastards. What are you guys thinking of?
There's
the
not a
Hawaiian Islands. No. Not the
going
one
with
over
the
there.
rocket power guy.
Back there eventually.
Yeah, no. I don't think anyone really takes a shot on him personally. I wouldn't. I think you don't know what you're getting in the sense of his arm, his neck, his brain. I don't think he has a lot to offer you, especially. Well, you said he's going to be league minimum.
Yeah,
maybe if he's cheap, but I mean, I wouldn't take a chance on him. I'd rather go get someone younger. I don't think you're going to get much out of him. So I think you've seen all you can. And the Dolphins were stupid enough to pay him. And, again, some people laughed at me when I said they shouldn't pay him, but I don't hear them laughing now. So,
Vic,
who's laughing at you?
I don't know.
Who's talking about you?
Oh, yeah. That was glorious. That was a great interview.
Vic, where do you see Mac Jones next year?
I think he does get traded because he's still under contract with the 49ers. He's not a free agent. Yeah. So I was trying to think of where he could go where he can be a starter right away. And honestly, Cleveland kind of makes sense. Like he can run that offense for that's the only one I can think of unless you guys think he gets traded to Minnesota, but that's
I'll tell you one thing. If I was KOC, that's the route I would go. Mac Jones, I don't think is 30 yet. You don't know what you have. He just came. He had a solid season with the Viking or the Niners. He won a couple games. Like
he kept them alive.
Arguably, you probably have better weapons on the Vikings anyway. So
that's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I already said Geno. I have him going to the Minnesota Vikings. So, but now Gilbert's making me worry about that. Give me one player that you guys believe will be traded in this, or could we see a splash trade? Gilbert?
Real quick, I want to see Malik Willis with the Steelers, not Aaron Rodgers. So I'll give you that one. And then I'll let somebody else have Max Crosby, but I say AJ Brown gets traded. I'm so tired of him with Philly and complaining about Jalen Hurts and always whining. Like, then go somewhere else. Just trade the guy. Or he's still a good player. I'm not gonna knock him for that, but you complain too much, so go somewhere else. I think AJ Brown goes. I don't know, Patriots.
That's what I told you guys. Like last year when everybody was talking about that book that he was reading, that wasn't because he was trying to find his zen. That's because they were trying to pacify his ass and tell him to shut the hell up and just read the book. Like, yeah. Here you go. Read it. Get the hell out of here. So I completely understand that. Dan, do you think Max Crosby gets traded?
I think so. I would assume so. Because I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I took a lot of flack for this a while ago. But
Dallas.
You know, I don't know why you would trade for him. You basically got rid of what's his name.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't understand their moves. Why they traded for who was the D tackle? Who was the D tackle they traded for?
Oh, Kenny Clark. Oh no, Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they traded for him when they got rid of Micah Parsons, but whatever. They're just baffling down there. I think he will, but I think it would be interesting to see because again, if I'm the Raiders right now. You know this is a project that's not fixable in 1 year. You need to get as much as you can. And on top of that, you have like again, Max Crosby to me, he's good when healthy, but when healthy is like a key thing. And again, the other thing for me too, just from the games I've seen,
media,
no,
playing basketball, doing all like he's trying
I forgot about that.
Healthy.
Yeah, I forgot about all that. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, if the guy's not bought in because this is going to be his third head coach, it might be time for him to move on and try and get as much as you can. Especially if it frees up salary cap and everything else. Where he'd go to, I mean, I wouldn't doubt the Rams maybe would want him, get a little more. Like, if they're going all in, get extra pass rush help. Who are their edge rushers? Just Jared Verse, and I think
Byron Young. They got, but they do need another guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
overrated.
If not, maybe who else? Who else is kind of on the brink that would need it? Maybe
Can I give
Seattle.
you a trade proposal?
Yeah. Maybe Seattle.
The one I've been hearing that I kind of like for the Raiders is the Bears, and you get DJ Moore. You get a first this year's first and a third. I think that would make it. But I don't know if that's a lot to ask for. And if I'm the Raiders, I kind of want him out already. Like my biggest thing with Max right now is the fact that he thinks he's like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're not that. Like, I'm sorry, you're not that good. Like, if you were that good, you would have been able to pull this team together. You haven't. Like, you're just yeah. Are you a good edge rusher? Yes, you're good against the run, but you're not a great pass rusher. Like, you're not someone that gets a bunch of sacks. Like, you get a bunch of pressures, but that's the thing. So if I'm the Raiders, like, especially with what you've been able to see, like a lot of the good teams are either really good on offense and they built through the draft on defense. So try to get as much as you can if you're the Raiders. And Gilbert's been saying it for like, what is it, 2 years now that they should trade Max. So this is your opportunity right now.
Take a hike.
Vic, real quick, any big trade that you see not involving AJ or the other one? What's the name? Max.
Is that for
Vic?
me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to think of like, I think DJ Moore's getting traded. I've been kind of saying that for a while. I think he's someone to kind of keep an eye on. I'm wondering too, and I don't know what you guys think, especially being so close with the Chargers. Who gets moved from those receivers now? Like just because do they fit? Who do they go after? Like would they go and wait for like a Tyreek if you're the Chargers? I'm intrigued as to what the Chargers might do with their receivers because they don't seem to all fit together with
it seems
this
like
offense.
I'd be surprised if Keenan comes back.
Yes.
They're way too positive about it, and that makes me think that they're not going to bring him back. I think Quentin could be traded. I just don't think he fits what they want to do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I could definitely see them going. I think Trey Harris fits. I think Trey Harris is like a younger Keenan Allen. So I think they're going to like him. I think they like Ladd. I think everybody else is kind of like, well, let's see what. Oh, Keandre Lambert-Smith had a really good catch in Kansas City last year before he got obliterated. But But I think they're gonna. Well, he did. He got hurt, got placed on IR, and that was it. So he caught that one pass. But I think they're gonna see what they have in him. But I don't think Darius Davis comes back. I think they're gonna try and look for another returner because I don't think they were happy about that. So yeah, they could be in the market for 3 to 4 new receivers. With Ladd and Trey Harris being, I'll even throw KLS in there, and them kind of looking elsewhere for other guys because they're gonna want whatever fits him. So. But I could definitely see
backup running back too.
Yeah, no, that one for sure. That one for sure. I just wonder what route they're gonna go when it comes to that because I know Najee's agent just showed a video of him. Maybe they re-sign him, but not to be the number 2. Maybe to come in later on. But they do need another guy behind Omari. And I know everybody likes Armani Vidal, but yeah. Like I don't think they're gonna trade for Achin because I don't think that's what McDaniel should have done before he left. Hey, we want to release you. Get out of here. And gone and signed him after. But all right, let's move over real quick for the last few minutes and talk about the incredible world of boxing. You both were on site for the Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. So obviously, Gilbert, what did you think about that fight? I wasn't able to watch it because of certain things, bullshit, but what did you think about the fight? I mean, it seemed like he dominated most of that fight. It kind of seemed like the Devin Haney fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought about like, man, this guy looks good. Like he hasn't looked this good since Devin Haney fight, and then we know what happened after that. And I told Victor like the key for this victory for Ryan Garcia is what happens after. Are you gonna like stay clean? There's no tests are gonna pop up that you're negative or positive. I mean. No bingers, no coke stuff, no baby mama drama. Like,
allegedly,
are you gonna be fine and give us the next fight? Because essentially, like, let's be real, the Mario Barrios fight was a tune-up for him to kind of overcome that Rolly Romero loss. To okay, you get that, you're back in the big picture scene where you get maybe Shakur Stevenson, maybe you get a Devin Haney rematch, maybe you get Rolly Romero again. So, he looked great. Obviously, not as good as a Devin Haney night because he had some real power that day, and I don't know what happened. But and Shakur Stevenson also said like he looks like he's back on the roids. Devin Haney said he's back on the juice. Like, unfortunately, that's gonna follow his reputation. But if you keep coming up clean and all this VADA testing and you keep looking that great, people are gonna forget. You know, it kind of happened with Canelo Alvarez with the tainted meat, and he beat Triple G the second time around. He was clean the whole time. So again, you never know what really happens with these testing, but he's gonna need one more special performance. But it was great. And in terms of boxing terms, Fernando, he showed he's more than a one-trick pony. We all talk about the deadly left hook. You made fun of him, had fun with his left hook when he came on the show, saying if he goes to TSA, it's a weapon, the left hand. But that straight right hand came in like he had a nice jab too. I like the pressure. He didn't seem too gassed, so that tells me the conditioning was great. He didn't have the same power, but again, he was at 147, not 140. So the power won't be as, I guess, devastating as it is at a lower weight class. But to be that relentless and have that much pressure for all 12 rounds, to me, showed that he has good conditioning. He got some good feedback from his dad. His dad was a trainer, Henry Garcia, who's been on the show, by the way. Shout out to Henry. So it looked great. So to me, I just want to see what happens the next, 30 to 60 days. Will he sign up for a big fight where everything be okay? If he's everything's clean and everything's good, then yeah, what an A+ performance. Obviously you would love a knockout, but to me, to show that he has a right hand and he has conditioning goes a long way.
He keeps on putting this poster up on social media, and even Devin retweeted it. So it seems like they both kind of want to move forward with Garcia Haney too. Yeah. By the way, remember we were able to get Devin Haney's dad walking out of he's like, I'll give you a minute and a half.
That whole thing was hilarious. Your daddy's a pimp and he's pimping you. I thought that was hilarious.
The other thing was too, Ryan, speaking of what Gilbert was talking about on Sunday, what was the first Sunday? Ryan was out golfing and he went on live. And listen to what he said.
Next in line, if we could figure it out. He got to know you're just not that guy right now. I don't even want to call you B-side. You might be Z-side. Shut the fuck up. You want that run back? you could get it.
He's
just
correct.
not.
He's the A side.
Nah, don't
I've
say
declared
that.
war onto you.
Wow.
My first declaration of that war was yesterday. I've declared it. It's time. If you
That's
want
mine?
that work, you will get it.
No.
I will beat you worse this time, and you will feel something you've never felt before. You will never box again, ever in your life. I promise you.
No, wait,
that.
pa. Dang. No.
You're interrupting my fucking speech, bro. All right, whatever. Cut that. Don't clip that one. Clip this one. Devin Haney, suck a dick.
I did not know he said that.
Friend of the show. I'm
Yeah,
Two times.
Two times.
two times.
One time they got him out of bed and he jumped on with us, and the other one was Radio Row.
I forgot about that.
he's keeping it real. He is the A side. He has the belt. He has the star power, and he also, I don't care what the record really says, he beat Devin Haney that night. So he has
he beat his ass. Yeah, no, that was
he's the A side.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Anything interesting from either one of you guys? The Radio Row stuff. Who you guys got?
Can
to
I
talk
just
to?
can I
I did not know that there was boxing in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, and I just want to say about the Ryan Garcia, and I kind of was continuing with what Gilbert was saying in terms of Ryan Garcia. My thing would be, if I'm Ryan, like he just mentioned in that video, like take your time. Like all these dudes are kind of boring, like Devin Haney, and like Shakur finally beat somebody. He's a boring fighter. Like me personally, as a boxing fan, I would not want to see the Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, or Devin Haney. Like Ryan Garcia is the one selling these fights. If I'm him, I'd wait for the right fight. You just won the title. Why are you gonna go waste your time with the, what if you get beat in this and then you lose all your leverage again? If I'm him, I take my time. Like I was telling Gilbert, if I'm him, I try to get a fight for Mexican Independence Day, because that's the next thing you want to kind of do. It's too late to do the Cinco de Mayo right now. And so I would kind of want to see Ryan Garcia be able to just, get another opponent like a Mario Barrios to kind of continue to build your career here and continue to build the fact that you won a title, and then go from there. And so I was going to ask Gilbert about that, because I'm like, why do you want to rush into another fight with these guys where you're the one bringing in the money? Like you don't outside of the money, you're not going to get much out of it, where they're going to get the money because you're the one bringing in the people.
Because he's feeling good about himself.
Yeah, and honestly, like if you are in shape and everything, you're in a good path this year compared to 2024, where he was just super reckless. But it's funny, the whole time in the lead up to the fight, people were saying, we want to see the reckless Ryan Garcia, where he just destroyed Devin Haney. Yeah, if he has to drink to be that powerful, then go ahead and do it. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like, the guy could train and still be that powerful. But if he is, on a good path, why not stay active? So to me, I want to see him, especially because boxing does lack star power. I want to see him fight 2 to 3 times, a year. And, maybe if you want to wait for a big fight, maybe it is like a Conor Ben who, went up to middleweight. He lost once, and then he had the rematch with Eubank and he won. But he's more of a 147. So you can make that fight with Ryan Garcia. And Conor Ben is starting to make a name for himself in the U.S. because he's now with Sufa Boxing and Dana White. He was more of a U.K. fighter. But when that news dropped, we were there at Radio Row.
That was huge.
Like it was huge. I'm like, I thought Conor Ben was a good star, but I didn't know he was Tyson Fury level in the UK. And apparently, we talked to Ade from The Zone, who, like, the way he reacted was like, yeah, this is massive news. I'm like, oh crap, like, yeah, he is a big star in boxing. So obviously we get stuck here with the Americans and the Mexicans, and we forget about the UK. But Conor Ben's up there with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So maybe you marinate that fight. But to me, and I think Fernando agrees, I do want to see the rematch with Devin Haney, because there are just so many storylines, and one for Ryan Garcia to close a chapter. Like, I think Canelo needed that victory over Triple G. I get that maybe he didn't win that second time, but it was a clean fight after the whole tainted meat, where if Triple G won the fight or Canelo won the fight, I didn't care. It was a great rematch, and it closed the chapter for him. So to me, if you beat Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney one more time and everything's clean, we move on from that. You don't hear the jokes. You don't hear people questioning you after every dominant victory. So And there's just so many storylines, like, you know, Devin Haney, you know, suing Ryan Garcia after that. You know, Devin Haney talking all this crap, him and his dad.
You mean
saying
Bill
like,
Haney?
Yeah, Bill Haney saying that you know, he was on roids and he didn't win. So they're talking. I get it. You don't want to hear people talk and take away your victory, but it is technically taken. So the bad blood is good. And the one thing I love about boxing, when you have a real rivalry that could lead to a trilogy, it goes a long way in your legacy, regardless if you lose, you know, if you lose 2 of them or you lose 1. Look at Marquez and Pacquiao, they went at it 4 times. And so to me, I think you need that rivalry. So I would like to see Devin Haney. The one that I don't want to see is Shakur Stevenson, because he's smaller and he does command maybe more of the A side talk there. So you're going to go to all his stipulations and say, you know what, let me drop that on weight. You know, let me give you everything that you want. We saw that already. Ryan Garcia gave everything to Tank Davis, and he was terrible that night. You don't want to get drained and fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is not going to go up to 147 anytime soon. So to me, why do that when you have Devin Haney at 147? You're both champions. You have the storylines. You have a rivalry. To me, it's just easy money.
I agree. And I remember that night, Gilbert and I were looking at each other like, oh, shit. Like that first round, we were looking at each other and we're like, oh, shit. Like Ryan came out swinging. Like he just kept on. And then Gilbert kept on looking at Bill Haney. And Bill looked like Pacquiao's mom when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, like getting all pissed off and shit. But Dan, this one's for you, because I think if we put top 5 videos of all time, this is one of Dan's favorite videos of all time.
Oh God.
Doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through. I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Who would believe those guys are boxers, dude? We've come a long way since Iron Mike and Muhammad Ali. Dude.
They're the new age.
Disgusting.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So do we know yet when the next so obviously we don't know what so the next big fight is El Zurdo Ramirez against Benavidez. Gilbert, is that fight interesting to you?
It is, but because Dave Benavidez is in that fight, he's an entertaining slugger, and it's kind of one of these, you know, different type of styles matchup. But I hate to say this because he's my tocayo, but Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez is a boring fighter. Like he is more of a technician. He takes his time. He's an awkward fighter because he has good length, but he's been impressive. He's gone from like super middleweight to cruiserweight. Like he's always been a bigger super middleweight. So for him to keep going up and not take a lot of punishment, he doesn't have a lot of power either. But he's a crafty fighter. Like the thing about, like, same thing with Canelo. He's not a big slugger, but he has some great combinations and good counters. Zurdo does not really have that. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, but I do want to like, but he's very poised, patient. He never gets rattled. He's very confident. So when you have a guy like Benavidez who just smothers you and with a bunch of pressure, it's not even like pretty style or good combinations. He's just throwing haymakers. Like, would he get flustered? This guy is super composed. So that's like a credit to him being a Gilberto. This guy, he's a steady guy. So, so to me, I do want to see it in terms of styles because they're totally different. But if Zurdo has a great day, then expect a snooze fest. But if he has trouble with Benavidez, it could be a fight of the year. If you take the Ramirez into deep waters to a place he's never been, who knows what comes out? He's Mexican after all. And it's funny because he's calling Benavidez a fake Mexican for the build up to this fight, which I like. You're selling the fight. He's a pocho who was born in Arizona, who had to learn Spanish. You are born and raised in Mexico, and you're the real deal. 100% hecho en Mexico. So I get that. So I like that, Mexican on Mexican, but you know how it is. If you're Mexican American, you're not really a real one in terms of the countryman.
Unlike Dan's a real one.
No, I'm not.
All right.
No, I'm not. I am 100% red, white, and blue, baby. None of that other stuff. No thanks.
All right.
No offense.
Thank you guys. So, well, hopefully we'll be there for that one. But the Ramirez Benavidez should be, because I know what Benavidez is going to do after the fight. He's going to call out Canelo again. So, and I bet you Canelo will be there.
I think Canelo's going to be missed for these Cinco de Mayo and Independence Day. We'll see if Canelo, like, I feel like he's going to be missed for the Cinco de Mayo because he's been able to
Who
carry
will be
us
more?
out.
Who was more missed, the Kansas City Chiefs in these last playoffs, or Canelo
Get
Alvarez?
the-
On Cinco de
No,
Mayo?
Canelo.
I haven't missed either of them. I have no problem with either of them not being there anymore. I can't even remember when was the last time I saw a Canelo fight and thought, wow, that was really good. So
Probably
Triple G rematch.
yeah,
yeah,
Triple G.
maybe. Even
Yeah.
then, he was too old for him.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, when I was there for that Crawford fight, I'm like, what in the hell am I like?
That was
He
bad.
just didn't. There was nothing special about him that night, and then he got mad at me at the end. I'm like, why'd you say that? He looks like Floyd. Oh, by the way, hold on, real quick, Gilbert. What's his name? Logan Paul says that Floyd Mayweather still owes him $1.5 million for the fight that they had during COVID in 2020. Remember Logan fought that was the night that Chad Johnson got slept in boxing.
Yeah.
So I
Against
guess he said that
Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather still owes him $1.5 million for that fight. And then they're saying that Floyd's gonna fight 3 times this year. Against Mike Tyson, against I don't know who.
Pacquiao.
And I know Gilbert's excited. September 16th, the Compas will be there at the Sphere, so Gilbert can watch Mayweather Pacquiao 2. He was at 1. He has to be at 2.
Honestly, I will put my money on Pacquiao. He's been active. He's actually been fighting real like fighters in their primes. What has Mayweather done the last 10 years? Just exhibition fights?
And then Pacquiao just invested in boxing here in San Diego. He's like opening up a gym down here in San Diego for
both these
I
guys.
wonder who needs more money. Is it Pacquiao or Mayweather?
I think
Pacquiao needs it to take over the Philippines, baby.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to do.
Campaign trail is expensive.
Exactly.
All right. Appreciate everybody so much. You guys are the best. Yes, we are back. We'll see when we do an episode next week, because next week's going to be tough. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on. The tampering begins next Monday, I think at 9 a.m. It begins.
Early.
So,
Tampering?
9 in
Tampering
the morning.
is free agency, right?
Yeah.
What?
Tampering's free agency?
Yeah, so that's when agents can start talking to teams.
We're already there. My God.
That's when the flirting can begin.
That's what I said. I'm like, damn, it's next week already?
Yeah. So so it starts next week. We'll let you guys know as soon as the Chargers do something. Dan and I will jump on. I'm sure once the Rams do something, Gilbert and Vic will jump on. So and then obviously we'll have
Eric because he loves the Rams.
Oh, actually. Eric said he'd jump on the Chargers one to tell you what.
I'm surprised the head coach on there doesn't have a cool little haircut and like a nice little beard trim and everything else. So,
all right, appreciate everybody so much. Thank you guys. We will do ESG. They made a trade, but it doesn't go down until the day of the new league year that starts. So. Right now, it's a handshake deal, and it doesn't go through until the new league year starts next week. So
exactly, Angel. Angel, by the way, I saw your comment earlier. That sucks. Coaching football is a blast, dude. All right, your job doesn't let you do it.
All right, appreciate everybody so much. You guys are the best. Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. It's going to be a big 2026 year here on Compas on the Beat. Thank you for rocking with us and sticking around here for the last 5 years. Time is flying, Fernando. So on the 2026,
I'm here
welcome
too.
for agency. Yeah, new year. Dan and Victor are also here. Well, Dan, you were there from the start, but like halfway through the season. So that's why Fernando.
Okay. That's
okay. You guys are day ones, obviously. Fernando and Victor.
I was day 1.5, apparently.
Yeah. You're day 2. Victor was day 3.
Yeah,
exactly. The rest of y'all can't get in here.
I was a compensatory pick.
There you go.
I'm trying to write like a nice love letter outro. I'm like Kyler Murray. I'm taking a shot. Apparently, it's 77 years since the Cardinals have won anything. Apparently, so it's time to get going. Nos vamos, pues, vámonos.